And again, we learned from that, and we have used that in this election. Since 2017, over the last 5 years, the IEBC undertook post-election evaluation. It reviewed its strategic plan. It developed an elections operations plan, a boundaries review operations plan, continuous registration of voters, and several other measures that flowed from the guidance that this court had given. My ladies and my lords, in the cases that have brought us before you previously, we had numerous arguments about jurisprudence. What does the law mean? What do the regulations mean? What does the Act say? The petition now before you has absolutely nothing to do with any legal lacuna, because you have spoken so loudly on that subject previously. Although my learned friend, Mr. Karori, will be reiterating what you have said as regards Article 183, your own thoughts on the subject are very well laid out in your previous judgment. This, my lord, is a petition about facts. It's a petition about what happened. What happened, when, where, with what consequences. And therefore, ultimately, notwithstanding the very lucid and learned and honest arguments by my very learned friends to my right, this petition is about numbers. It is ultimately about numbers. The petitioners have tried to argue every other point except numbers. I will be demonstrating to you, my lady, my lords, in a short while, that we conducted a proper, fair, constitutional, legal, impartial election. My learned friend, Mr. Kamau Karori, will follow me, and he will get back to the parameters that you have set. Mr. Eric Gumbo will talk about, that's Mr. Karori will answer, and this is very important, my lords. We do not want to waste our 3 hours perambulating around every conceivable issue in this petition. We will be answering the questions you asked us. Mr. Kamau Karori will answer question 4, 6, and 8. And that will be a submission about the electoral process. My learned colleague, Eric Gumbo, will answer question 1, 2, and 3, and that's about the technology. My learned friend, Mr. Mahat Somane, will answer question 4, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. And I do not want to belittle the rest of our effort, but that is the man who will explain that numbers don't lie, that numbers speak for themselves. Mr. Abdikadir Mohammed, Senior Counsel, will address you on the burden of proof and the standard of proof, and whether the reliefs sought by the petitioners can be granted in this matter. If we still have time, as we hope we shall, Dr. Mutumbwa and Peter Wanyama will address you on this issue that seems to be in the fridges, but in our view, totally inconsequential, of the KPMG report and the alleged problems with the voter registrar. Let me start by saying, my lords, You have been urged by several council who